Welcome everyone, today we have a new guide for Diablo 4. In this video, we're looking into some of the interesting tricks of how you can get more legendaries and also more rare items after level 50 and also after level 70. We'll be going through the notes over here and I'll show you guys some of the additional tips and also tricks to prepare yourself at the start of the game in each of the acts and also with the side quests to prepare yourself for additional loots after level 50. Now on the second part of the video, I'll also be showing you guys additional updated information of where to be finding the named monsters and also certain items that can give you a power up in each of the acts. And we'll be going through this into more details as our viewers share more information and also more tips with us. Now finally, we'll have a look at the usage of interactive maps for Diablo 4 and how we can make the best use of those for finding artists, dungeons, side quests and also different events and also different point features for the maximum renown. Now, similar to all of our videos, you can find the notes in the description below in the links. And again, thank you guys for sharing all the tips and also tricks for the information for Diablo 4 so we can be sharing with everyone. Now, coming over to the first trick that was shared to me by some of the viewers. So what is this happening is that you can be preparing your account as you level up to get more legendaries and also more rares after level 50. So let's first understand what is happening. So coming over to this screenshot of me during beta, you can see that it's a little blurry, I know. So this from one of the videos I was going to show you guys. So what is happening is you can see this mermaid orbs which is kept out on the floor and it's kind of going to waste if I don't use it. And in the early levels, if I were to use them, I will have to be gambling for item that is very basic and it is unlikely for me to get better items in the early stage of the game. So what I want to show you guys is there are certain catch or there's certain special box reward that is available in the game. So if we come over to the side quest for Factory Picks, and this is for the first act, we know there's 33 of those quests and this is on Maxwell GG. And I have filtered those out for you guys in order of the fastest quest to the longer quest that is available in the game. So you can see on Maxwell GG, this one takes 2 minutes, this one takes up to 7 minutes. So what those 4 quests allows you to do is, they will be giving an item that is called a Mermaid Catch. And those items are likely pretty much guaranteed, right? They're likely to give you a Mermaid Orbs, which is used for gambling. And what one of my viewers recommend to me is that you should be saving those catch. You should not be using those boxes at the start of the game, but rather we should be saving those items and also storing those items into our stash. And what that means is once you get to level 50 or even if you wait for level 70, for the additional, unique items that could be coming with the loot for the gambling items. And then this is when you go to your stash, you pop all of those items for Act 1 to Act 5. And this can give you a bunch of memory orbs, which can means that you can get anywhere from, 400, 500, or even 800 additional memory orbs right at level 50. You can also do this at level 70 if you're patient enough. Now, because currently we only have information on the first act, and you can see there will be additional side quests on the other acts, you can come over here yourself and also filter through the quest. So what I did was I went through all 33 of the available quests in Act 1, and you can see some of those catches will give you additional gems, and some of those catches will give you additional Mermaid Orbs, and we'll be doing those quests as we clear the first act. And this is going to be quite good, because as we clear those for additional renows and also for additional experience, we can be getting those mermaid catches. And if we follow this method, you can be expecting at least 80 or even over 100 of the mermaid orbs that is stored in your storage. And this way, upon getting level 50, you can then pop those for additional rewards, and this will include the loot of the rare items and also legendaries. So as a summary of this first method, what you want to do is, you want to be selective of the side quests you are doing to do the side quests that give you the best benefit. And after that, you want to be storing those rewards from the side quests, those catches, those little boxes that you can click in your inventory. You don't want to open them right away because you want to keep them for level 50. And then once you store them in your stash and once you get to level 50, you can be popping those. So here I have updated the amount of quests for Act 1, and there are 4 of those as the link shows over here. And what I'll do in the future is, as we get more information, I'll be updating this one for you guys for each of the acts. So this way you can easily get a lot of Mermaid Orbs for level 50 and get lots of more items. Now to follow on from this particular tip, so the second option you can do is, as you get more Mermaid Orbs, as you become capped with those, what you can do is, you can be storing those up by buying the Whispering Keys. We have talked about this previously in one of the guides. Those whispering keys are sold for 20 obols, and they are sold at the gambling vendors. Now, what happens with a whispering chest? I believe they do spawn randomly, but some of the viewers are saying they could be fixed locations. So right now we do not know of this. But if you guys do get more information, definitely let us know as well. So with the whispering chest, it costs 20 obol, and this guarantees at least 1 to 2 blue items or rare items. And this also have the chance of getting legendary items. So one of our viewers told me is that the developers have mentioned that there can be a little adjustment to those items, because back in beta, those chests were a little buggy. They were not giving any good loots, and it seems to be a little wasteful to be going for those chests. But it is likely at the launch of the game, those items can be a source of discounted gambling, because they do not guarantee a fixed piece of the item, but they can guarantee at least blue items and also rare items, and the cost is halved. So you're spending 20 opals, which can be stored in the form of keys, and then you can use those keys at level 50, and this is the biggest highlight. So similar to the catches we save over here for level 50, we can also be saving those keys after level 50 to be getting additional loots, including additional drop rate of unique items that is only available after level 50. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed, it is a really good time to do so, because I'll be covering tons of Diablo 4 related topics and also videos and also guides. We'll be looking to the top meta builds, non-meta builds, leveling up, and also Paragon tricks. We're also looking to the latest events and also official updates, and also changes to different characters and also different builds in the game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn the notification on, because a lot of you who are watching the videos have not subscribed. You can see 80% of the viewers who are watching our videos have not subscribed, so make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for the latest update for Diablo 4. Now coming over to the second part of the video. So this part is an updated video of the previous videos. So what is happening is, previously I have shared you guys with one of the the hidden mechanics and also tips of farming certain named monsters in each of the acts, and those will appear in each of the acts. So from the experience from the open beta, we can see that those monsters would drop a guaranteed drop of a rare item that is usually above the usual grade. And those items, they have fixed affixes, and they're very good and very powerful because you can also reroll them for minimum cost. So just to give you guys an example of the Dark Blade that is dropped from the named monsters, notice that this item will sell for 2 gold, but the reroll cost is only 30 gold with one of the rare item enchantment that is needed. So here I'll show you guys my replay. So here I'm looking through all of those items I have farmed, and I will be rerolling them into what I wanted. Notice the cost is so cheap, I can continuously to reroll this with minimal cost. So this means once you get those items, you can reroll those type of named monster items into a perfect roll, and it's very easy to get a perfect roll. So here I was trying to get 2 of my daggers into plus 7.5 damage to close enemies, and this was especially powerful in the beta. So the 2 advantages of going for those monsters and also going for those items is that they drop certain items that can empower a build or maybe a class. So here you can see the mace that is level 35, this will empower the berserkers, and you can see the dagger over here, this will empower the rogue, especially with shadow damage. Now there is also a staff of elemental mastery, which is set to provide you with all elemental damage of fire, force, and also electric, which includes about 10% bonus damage because of this item. Now, because those items tend to have a higher grade and also have really good stats for each of the class and all different type of build, what I want to do is I want to start a guide that shows us the location of those monsters. So what we know so far is you can be finding a level 35 mace by killing the elite monster, a named monster that is located in Act 1 over here on this red dot. And you can be farming a level 18 dagger, which can be really good in early game for the rogues on this location right on top of the main city. And we do have 2 videos to show the locations and also how to farm those monsters. Now do keep in mind guys, since the open beta, the ability to lower the item level is not available anymore, so you can't craft onto the items and lower the ability level. So if you're watching this video, which I have a link for you guys, the ability to lower item level is not there anymore. And also the developers have nerfed the monsters, so they only drop those named items. They will not drop additional items of the same level. Now, I'm sure you guys have noticed there's two big circles over here on the map for Act 1. So what I want to do is, I want to ask you guys for help as well. We can see there's a lot of comments that were shared to me on those videos to talk about certain items that can provide you guys with powers for the sources. And this can also be used for the druid, maybe the necromancer. And probably not the necromancer, because we don't do elemental damage, right? So what you're going to see is, you can see a lot of information that was shared to me. And I try to collect those information, try to pinpoint the location of the last monster. It is likely there will be 3 monsters on Act 1, and likely more monsters on Act 2. And I'll be making this video a work in progress. So in the future, as we discover those monsters, which can be level 45, level 50, level 75, those monsters will be extremely important as we get to higher levels in the early game, mid game, and also late game to be getting those special items. Because simply guys, they reroll for super cheap. You can be rerolling into a perfect stat, and then you can craft this item into a legendary. Now there's also one highlight for those items. If you look at my rogue over here, you can see the daggers I'm wielding, they actually have pretty good effects. They look pretty amazing. So here I'll try to show you guys me running around. So look at those daggers. So while you're moving around in the game, those daggers and those special name items also have special cosmetics. So even more rewards, right? So even if you're not going for the stats for those items, you do want to have a collection of those items because they look pretty cool in the game. Now unfortunately, at this moment, I have not pinpointed the last elite or the name monsters in Act 1, which drops the Staff of Elemental Mastery. So I'm asking for help for you guys. If you do know the location of the monster, let us know. I've heard that this is like the southwest of Calvala, or this could be near the dungeon over here. So I'm not sure exactly the location of the monster. People are saying this is a walking tree that moves around when you get close, and the tree will also deal poison damage. And the tree is next to an altar of Lilith. So here is the location map for Act 1. If you guys do know this monster, let us know in the comments below. Or maybe send me a message so we can be updating this video and this guide for everyone that is playing sources. Now what is more important is that not only Act 1 have those monsters. So if we come over to any of the interactive map, so you can see there's a lot of acts in the game, right? We want to be finding the pinpoint of those monsters in all of those maps. So what I want to talk about is, on the final part now, we want to talk about the usage of interactive maps. Now if you guys haven't heard of interactive maps, basically they are pretty much a third-party map that allows you to find certain locations, items of the point of interest in the game. Now this is just a random interactive map I found on Google, and notice I've been checking out a lot of those. You can search for those on Google. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to look for the best interactive map first. I haven't found one yet, so I'm still looking. But with those interactive maps, you can be marking down and also tracking down all the altars of Lilith. Those will also be showing you different dungeons, different side quests, which can be useful for finding the side quests like those over here. And also those can show you different events that is available in the map, and also points of interest for the maximum reno. Now at the moment, I have not found an interactive map that shows all the named monsters. And if you guys do know one, let me know and we'll start to use that one, right? And I'll be sharing you guys more tips based on that. So what I'm hoping on the second part of the video is, we'll make this like a crowd knowledge source. So what I want to share is, we want to know the monsters for each act, and this we want to list out the items that is available for each act. And this will allow players to not only find nice cosmetics of those items, but also make use of those items as you play those acts, and finding additional monsters, and also making use of the interactive maps. And if you guys do know a good interactive map, let me know as well. So I have went through a few of those, and I'm still thinking which one I want to use, and how to get around my Diablo 4 as I go through the game from level 1 to level 50. Now of course guys, after level 50, things will change a lot. We'll be farming for different events, different bounties, and also different events like Helltide and even PvP zones for higher monster density. We'll have a guide at level 50 for this as well. Now before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.